Have you ever been in a situation where you have to expose for your subject that's black and white? Choose the whites and you lose all your shadows. You expose for the black and the whites get blown out. But there's a way to expose both perfectly without fixing anything in post. I have to nail this shot. I only have 3 days and there is no retake. Look, every great photograph starts before the shutter is pressed. I follow 10 rituals before every shoot. But today I'll show you how they help me solve the hardest problem in photography, exposing for black and white both in the same frame. The cloud is gonna come in. What that means is it's gonna rain like crazy, and I have my camera with me here and I have my tripod, which is all great, but my car is parked pretty far away. The only way I can protect it is with the most valuable gear that basically stays with me all the time, and that's my white garbage bag. I was fighting the rain, my fitness, and my time limit. But the real battle was with the camera's meter. My why for this photography trip is to create an image that feels balanced and alive, where both black and white are in sync right there in the frame. No Photoshop fixes. My fitness is not what it used to be. My son insists on taking my video from the front because I do have a gut, but I'm not as bad a shape as I was a month ago. And look at that dance she's doing there. Oh my God, she's going absolutely nuts, which would be awesome for me. So I'm rushing, but again, I can't rush. Why? Because I'm not in the best shape possible. That's my problem. I got my punishment, so I started to work out. The lighting here is absolutely perfect. I think the biggest issue that I'm going to have is that the skimmers are black and then they have white. So it's how do I expose for black and white all in one frame? Should I focus on the black or should I focus on the white? Should I expose for the black or should I expose for the white? If you have any guesses, leave it in the comments below. Okay, in cases like this, cameras lie. They'll try to make the whites gray and the blacks too deep. You have to trick your camera. I want my background to be mid-gray, and I think that's where I'm gonna go. Before I even got here, I knew I wanted mid-gray background, so both ends of my tonal range would stay anchored. That's part of the lighting adjustment plan for black and white subjects. I think I've landed a shot. I think my exposure is right, and I'm not gonna give it to you guys yet, but I have found a formula how you can get your blacks proper and your whites proper. You don't have to even think about it. It's so easy. Why didn't it come to me in New York? I'm not sure. A little disappointed. I haven't landed a single shot. The photographs that I have, can they be fixed? I'm sure they can be fixed. I don't see why not, but I don't want to fix them. I want them here, so this way, instead of fixing them, I can enhance them. Big difference in an enhanced photograph and a fixed photograph. The birds are flying into the ocean, and I'm just watching them and watching them and watching them, and not even shooting. Sometimes I'm just watching them through the lens, not with the eye, but through your lens, because that's the medium, right? That's what you're going to see. So don't just watch them with your eye, watch them through your camera. The solution to the black and white issue is going to be the water or the sky. So I'm going to meter for the sky or I'm going to meter for the water, and that is my medium gray. This is the trick. When in doubt, expose for the gray. The camera will balance your black and white naturally around that mid-tone anchor. Once I get my medium gray right, my black falls into place, and so does my white fall into place. And today is going to be the day that I get good photographs. The skimmers are coming from here, since they are black and white, I'm keeping the water background at the back, and I would love this froth or foam in the shot. So this way I have a contrast of white, gray and black, and everything together with the orange beak just pulls your focus straight into it. And I am shooting with, of course, my 640. My shutter speed is 1250 and my f-stop is f4. So it's exactly how I had set my camera in the room. I actually did not make any changes here whatsoever. And here one comes. Got it. These birds are super, super, super fast. I'm old school and I learned shutter using the sound to help me. And I had shut it off. I was feeling good about it, like, oh my God, look at this, it's amazing technology. You cannot beat the sound of a shutter. To me, it's music. It just makes me connect more to my subject. The skimmer is black and white, so I cannot say it's lighter or darker. Yeah, it's giving me enough of a contrast that it's letting my subject, my skimmers, pop. And especially because the skimmers have an orange beak, it pops even more. So the orange beak is sitting right in the middle, and the black is going to one side and the white is going to the other side. And it is being stretched. And what that stretching is doing is it's giving the emotions. Especially if I'm putting it against an absolute gray background, which is the water. I also designed my composition to help the camera with contrast. The orange beak, it gives the eye a perfect anchor between the extremes of black and white. Well, mid-gray is basically a mid-tone which is 18% gray, and 18% gray is basically, at the moment, either you bring a card with you. I'm just lazy, I don't bring a card. I have the natural resources, which could be the grass, and in this particular shoot I found my mid-gray in the ocean, more so the sky, because the sky was dark. But today it seems to be a better sky. So I'm going to just compare the ocean versus the sky and see which is hitting my camera's mid-gray. I believe it should be the ocean still because it's a little cloudy. Back at the beach. And before I even photographed the skimmers, I rehearsed with natural stand-ins. Water, sky, sand, my vision of pre-shoot testing. That's ritual number 10, rehearse in realistic conditions. It worked out fine. I looked at my images, the tack on, and that is because I was exposing for the gray, not for the black, and definitely not for the white. So the 640 is a perfect grain as far as I am concerned for a beach, because it gives you that kind of emotion, that feeling of not roughness but a little bit of texture. It's getting dark. My shutter speed is down to 1250, and I think I go below that, the sharpness dies, and I can't go higher because it's dark. For the speed that I want for the birds, if I don't get that speed, I'm going home.
I'm also going home.
When you combine preparation and intention, exposing black and white subjects become simple, even joyful. Rain, fitness, fast birds, and they just flew away, just like that. None of it matters when you trust your process. Thank you to this man here who helped me out get what I want, and the tutorial, of course. Without him, I would be just shooting and not taking a video and explaining to you guys what I do and what I don't. These pads are a gift from God. I don't know how the ocean works. I'm not a scientist here, but I see a lot of foam. Is that a good thing for the environment? I don't know. Is it great for my photograph? Tack on, because I am exposing for the mid-gray, which is the ocean, and the foam is on the surface, and the bird is white and black, and it's popping. And the white of the foam is not the white of the bird, so that makes it even better, because then exposure becomes easier. we will be back. At that point, we will get lucky again. Or should I say, we will get what we want. Because we've done our homework and our 10 rituals. Expose for the gray. Let the rest fall into place.